The City of Man, Lakago are some of the dance productions that will headline the 17th annual Jomba Contemporary Dance Experience, which runs until the 6th of September at the Elizabeth Sneddon Theatre in Durban. For 12 full days, the Centre for Creative Arts will offer some of the world's best dance theatre work that will provoke, entertain, delight and challenge. Jomba will also offer a full program of workshops and masterclasses by all of the participating dancers and choreographers. Also there is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. Siwela Sonke Dance Theatre will also present their most recent work, the controversial Rite, which is directed and conceptualized by Jay Pather and choreographed jointly by him and the full cast. And he joins us now in Durban to tell us more about it. Jay, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
20-year anniversary will be celebrated by Siwela Sonke. Tell us a little bit about the company and how you reached this milestone.
Well, it was a training program that started in the early 90s, actually at the Playhouse Company. And after about 2 or 3 years of training with Alfred Hinkle as the head, I was called in to develop it into a full-scale dance company. And so we've been going for 20 years. We've had various, it's been an up and down kind of ride. It's not always been smooth because of the kind of funding environment, especially for contemporary dance in this country, which is quite sad. And therefore, something like the Jomba Festival is really, really special because it comes in every year and it inspires contemporary choreographers to draw from the complexities of our contemporary South African society and find it in the body and find it kinetically. We're a nation of dancers, and to translate contemporary issues into the body and to move audiences, to make them think more about our contemporary lives, it's an extraordinary thing. And so we've been together, in Jomba, and us as a company have developed over the years, and we've periodically appeared on the festival. And it's been quite a journey. But I think right now we sit in a place, the Siwela Sonke Company, with an extraordinary group of dancers. Who have stayed, and we've got 3 generations of dancers now in Rite of Spring, in Rite. So it's going to be it's an interesting comeback to the Jomba Festival with these 3 generations of dancers who have developed over 20 years.
Talk to us about Rite. That was going to be my next question. I mean, you choreographed and conceptualized it. Give us more details about it.
Okay, Rite is based on Stravinsky's La Sache, which is the Rite of Spring. Now, that was a very controversial work at the beginning of the 20th century. It's a classical work, and it was done to Nijinsky's choreography. And over the hundreds odd years, there have been several controversial productions, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that in the middle of everything, there's a series of rituals which the music goes through, and at the end, a young maiden is sacrificed to bring to appease the gods of rain and to bring rain to a drought-stricken village. So it's a very, very powerful metaphor for South Africa because of it's not just a joyous bringing of rain, because in the middle of it, a young maiden is sacrificed while a group of men, elders, watch this happening. And there's something in that strikes a lot of resonance, of course, with South Africa, with issues of violence against women in the country, but also the layers of ritualized violence, institutional violence, etc. But also I'm using it as a conversation between our classical and our traditional lives as well as our contemporary lives. So I'm choreographing the work in the kind of traditional vein, but I'm interrupting it with these contemporary fragments that question. So it's both an entertaining spectacle, but as well as a continual questioning about the veracity, the validity of these claims that come from the past.
So hopefully in between rehearsals and being so busy, you'll be able to see other productions. What other dance companies have you noted in Durban in the build-up to Jomba?
Well, the ones you mentioned, the City of God, and also the work by Faustin Linyakula from DRC were both extremely stirring works about the African continent. There's one that I'm looking forward to, is a collaboration between Mshlangu from Johannesburg, who's being directed by Gerard Best, and that's an interesting combination. As well as there's an interesting project by Boise Tekwana as well as Faustin Linyakula called Redefining Homework, and these are kind of quirky pieces. We've had everything. We had INTRODANS, who provide a kind of a contemporary dance that is very audience friendly, and then you have work by people like Mshlangu or Linyakula or Tekwana, which is much more challenging. So the Jomba Festival is very good that way, because they provide quite a range for audiences to be appeased, but at the same time to be challenged, to take a chance, and to go and see a work that they may not ordinarily go and see.
All right, so give us details of Siwela Sonke's performances.
Well, the full company performs in this one. It's about 18 dancers, and we're very grateful also to the National Lottery Board for allowing that kind of funding to make that happen. The full company performs on Thursday night and Friday night at the Sneddon Theatre at 7:30 p.m.
All right, Jay Pather, thank you so much for talking to us. Always such a pleasure having you on the program. Is Jay Pather. He conceptualized and choreographed Siwela Sonke Dance Theatre, who are presenting their most recent work, the controversial Rite, and it is part of the 17th annual Jomba Contemporary Dance Experience, which runs until the 6th of September at the Elizabeth Sneddon Theatre at 7:30, except on the 2nd, when the performance takes place at Art Space in Durban, and that's at 6:30.